it's your girl Adeola. So something interesting happened last week. Madam Onyeka, you know, the popular musician and Nollywood actress, went to visit Oga Buhari at Aso Rock. That was all that the woman did though. Only for Nigerians to start talking. Hey, baby, you know how they are, big mouth. They were saying that isn't this the same woman that was campaigning for Oga Jonah left and right?
PDP! Good luck has favored artists. He has favored women.
Who sent you? Did I ask you to play that video? In fact, I think you are one of those Nigerians always looking for trouble. Anyway, me, I don't blame the woman. No. Apparently, Oga Jonah did not fulfill his promise to Nollywood. Remember the $200 million? Hey, yes. So wait a minute. Dollars, it is dollars, not naira. If na me I go switch, $200 million. Madam has started kneeling down for Oga Buhari. So my people, stop saying that you are disappointed. And speaking of disappointment, so many people in Ekiti State are saying that they are not happy with their governor. Say it's been more than a year now since he was re-elected, and apparently he's not been doing much apart from hanging out with Iyalojas. I even saw some pictures of him buying palm oil in the market. Can you guys see the camera guy in that picture? You will see it in this one. He's buying pepper. You see, official duty. So was he about to cook for himself or what? But why have a cameraman with him in the market? I don't understand that. And in this picture, Mr. Governor can be seen buying fish and cutting the fish himself. And here you can see him buying the good old pomo. Yeah, so cow skin. I thought this thing was banned in Nigeria. No, so anyway, people are complaining that this is not why he was elected. Listen to this.
You go from beer parlor to beer parlor. You go from market to market, and you continue to talk to people. At the end of the day, people are hungry, people are poor.
I'm not sure if I heard you correctly, but you said Fayose goes from beer parlor to beer parlor.
Exactly, he's not hiding it. He's not hiding it. Even when he's talking on TV, he tells people, we'll be referring to people he drinks ogogoro with. A governor who drinks palm wine on the streets, who drinks paraga, that's ogogoro, all over the place, and he does not hide it.
Yeah, so although I've heard that he has embarked on some road projects, hopefully they get it done and done in time. You would think that for someone that used to be a Danfo driver, now that he's a governor, that he will use that opportunity and that privilege to change the lives of many people. I mean, never mind. And speaking of making changes, I am tired of talking about our lawmakers, but you know, I still don't think that it's right that our senators got 93 million naira just for recess, break, vacation, whatever you want to call it, rest. Who gets paid 93 million naira for recess? 93 million. And why are you having heart attack? What is wrong with you? I didn't say that they got 93 million individually. It was the whole, every one of them. Yes, put yourself together. But even that is too much. How do you even justify that? Did you guys hear that in Kenya, the government has increased minimum wage by 12%? At least they are trying. That is a start. And teachers got 60% increase in their salaries. Yeah, so why is the minimum wage still 18,000 naira in Nigeria when senators are getting 93 million naira as recess allowance alone? You know, Premium Times did a wonderful job of putting this thing into infographics, showing us the details. They broke it down. Keep in mind that the minimum wage is 18,000 naira in Nigeria, which means that in a whole year there are people in Nigeria making only 216,000 naira for the whole year. Meanwhile, the salary of a senator in a month is 1.4 million naira. Altogether, our senators are making 2.14 billion naira in a year, while House of Rep members make 6.58 billion naira in a year. That means that in a year, we are paying out 8.72 billion in salaries for our senators and House of Rep members. Now, look at the percentage of the allowances. Senators are getting 870% of their salaries as allowance. How can you even justify that? 870% of their salary is their allowance? Like really? The House of Rep members get 820% of their salaries as allowance? This looks to me more like a lucrative business. Like seriously, I think everybody will probably want to be senator or House of Rep member, because forget about serving the people or representing your constituency. These people are making big money. They need to bring down their salaries and increase the minimum wage. By the way, this analysis is without the illegal allowances, which I'm sure that you guys know that there are many many of those. So I read that Oga Buhari is not happy with this, with how the senators are getting paid. I can't wait to see what he will do, knowing that these people will not give him without a fight. And speaking of Buhari, Koledo, make sure that you call his people to call my people, because we need to talk. Like, really, Oga Buhari, have you guys seen that chart by Premium Times? 75% of the people that he has appointed so far are northerners. Even if you will balance up later, why don't you just balance as you are going? No, it's not fair now. And if you're from the north and you're like, oh, Adeola, why are you talking about this? The man is choosing people with integrity. Please, you are trying to tell me that only northerners have integrity? And if he's not aware of people that are not from the north that have integrity as a president, he should be open to recommendations, because that's not what I'm hearing right now. In fact, I've been reading about how APC members themselves are not happy with his appointment so far. As a president, he needs to be open to recommendations. There are so many people out there with integrity, but how would you know if you don't give them the chance? And for those of you that are saying, oh, this is not an issue, it is an issue. It's an issue when people don't see themselves represented in their own government. The fact that people have been complaining about this and he keeps doing it is like he doesn't care. Even if I'm from the north, I will still say this: Nigeria is not just a northern country, it belongs to every one of us. So people need to see themselves being represented. And oh, by the way, before I forget, thank God Almighty that they arrested that terrorist. Hey, the one that was trying to get into Nigeria. Did you hear about it? Can you imagine? The guy is linked with ISIS. So yet he got real Nigerian visa at Nigerian embassy in Lebanon on a fake passport. Nigerian embassies better always double check and cross check and triple check passports before issuing visa, and do background checks. I mean, if you see this picture, would you believe it's the same person? You know, the guy disguised himself. I said maybe that is why they didn't bother to check and double check his background, because the guy is not black. If it is the rest of us, you will be giving us hard time. They will be doing shakara to those of us that are even Nigerian citizens. So anyway, I'm trying to stay positive today because I have some great news from Nigeria, and that's what I want to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to tell you about what Project Hello World has done in Nigeria. These people go to remote places around the world to build what is known as Hello Hubs. It's basically a community-built owned internet kiosk that provides educational and community development resources to the community where it's built. In other words, they go there and teach the people of the community how to build these Hello Hubs. It uses solar power so that it will always be powered, and the children are allowed to use it for school works, and community members can also use it. In fact, they are the ones that built it, the community members. Let's take a look at the one built in Suleja, Nigeria. Wonderful. It's durable, it's rugged, it can withstand the sun and the rain. I was so happy to see this. However, the founder of the project said something important. I hope you pay attention.
But to actually put together a task force and then send them out into the community to go and build them. But in that way, these systems can be grown and built beyond us. We can't build 10,000. But if we train enough people, we can easily build 1 million.
So the rationale behind this project is that the people of the community would learn how to do this themselves, which is why they taught them how to do it. They were the ones that did it, so that we, the community, can now replicate the kiosk in other communities or build more of it in the same community. First of all, I don't know if there has been another one built in Nigeria. If there is, please let me know and I will gladly talk about it. But what I do know is that it's been a year since the one in Suleja was built, and I've just been thinking to myself, this is such a great opportunity forget about the government, they probably won't do it, but for private sectors, our rich men and women, Aliko Dangote, Elumelu, Otedola, Adenuga, Madam Alakija, and our celebrities. I mean, we see them throwing money on stage, in music videos, P Square, The Band, Don Jazzy, every one of you. And I mean, why can't they make this their civic duty? Or what is it called? Corporate social responsibility or whatever. This is an opportunity for our celebrities and our rich men and women to provide the resources needed to replicate such in other communities or build more in the same community, especially for community schools. They can go to community schools and build stuff like this where children may not have computers, or even where there are computers with unstable electricity. Even if it's just getting this school solar power, more kids will have access to the internet. I really appreciate what Project Hello World has done. This is empowering people, not just giving them aid. Hopefully someone out there can get an idea from this and take it to the next level. There are so many things you can do with this, Anyway, you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. And in Zimbabwe, I heard that President Robert Mugabe got booed. I was like, what? How is that even possible? What is going on? This must be end times. Can you imagine that anybody will have the guts to stand up to a president just because he's been in power for 35 years and the economy is getting worse by the day? Seriously? Africans are becoming too bold. Too bold. Apparently, though, there's a new law passed in Zimbabwe that allows companies and businesses to fire their employees without any obligation of paying them any other terminal benefit. Forget about pension. That's not even happening. So long as they give them 3 months notice. I mean, just imagine working for a company for so many years and to just be told suddenly that, sorry, we no longer need your service and you're not entitled to any benefit after you get fired. As soon as that law was passed, within 1 week, more than 20,000 people have lost their jobs. 20,000 in 1 week. Keep in mind though, these 20,000 people would have family members. I'm trying to say that by the time you count their wives or husbands and children or elderly ones that they were taking care of before they got fired, at least 100,000 people were affected, which is one of the reasons people are not happy with Papa Mugabe, especially because when he won the elections in 2013, he promised to create 2 million jobs. So not only has he not created the jobs, but more and more people are losing their jobs. I heard that unemployment rate is more than 80% in Zimbabwe. I'm like, how is that even possible? That cannot be right. What, are you serious? 95%? Unemployment rate is 90? No, this cannot be. When was the last time that this thing was updated? This page was last updated on June 30th. Whoa! Unemployment rate is 95%? Like, seriously? Anyway, this is happening because the economy is getting worse. So many companies have closed down, downsized, or relocated to neighboring countries due to bad economy and electricity shortages, as well as high cost of finance. So it's really bad. Oh boy, are you out of your mind? Didn't I warn you? Take it down with immediate alacrity. Always looking for trouble. As I was saying, my people, amid the food shortages and economic hardship, guess what? Zimbabwean First Lady Gucci Grace decided to open an ice cream company. Please don't laugh. Ice cream complete with chocolate. I'm telling you, all kinds of flavor if you ever want to order. But seriously though, who's advising this family? Who's advising this woman? Ice cream when it's becoming hard for so many people to get their daily meal. The agricultural sector in Zimbabwe is not doing well at all. I read in the papers that Zimbabwe's harvest of the staple corn has shrunk by half due to erratic rains and abnormally high temperatures. And I remember reading that Zimbabwe will need to import 700,000 tons of corn to feed people that are facing hunger in the coming months. So people are not getting their main meal of the day. Why would they go for dessert? Like, seriously? Anyway, I guess that the woman is catering just for the elites like herself, people that had more than enough to eat and they will think about ice cream. Meanwhile, people are getting hundreds of dollars in electricity bill despite having 3 hours of electricity in a day. Just imagine how painful that is. You're not getting the electricity and you're getting all these bills. Yes, it's in dollars because they no longer spend their own dollars. They are now spending American dollars in Zimbabwe. So imagine getting $600 as electricity bill. I heard about somebody that got that and she didn't have much electricity. In fact, someone told me that patients are now taking power generators with them to the hospital because there may not be light and the lives of their loved ones depend on it. So it's gotten that bad, which is why I keep asking, who is advising this woman? Who is in fact, put up that her photo. Yes, I think I will talk about it. Madam Gucci Grace, let me try to sit down. Is that how? By the way, what's up with this general? What's up with this army general staring at the first lady's behind? Che! But you know, the men behind her are even more dangerous. What is going on in Zimbabwe? Why are all the men standing at the first lady's hair? By the way, I've seen several papers report that Mugabe fired the man. No, he didn't. That's not true. I spoke with some Zimbabweans and they told me that he wasn't fired. Especially because the man himself, the army general, he married a 28-year-old model. Yes, she is tall, has both front and back. And of course, she seems to get all the attention whenever they go out together. Unfortunately though, I heard that their marriage is going through, you know, a little trouble. So we'll keep them in prayers. Yes, I'll keep you guys updated, of course, on the situation in Zimbabwe. And guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Senegal, meet 51-year-old inventor who built a car with recycled materials. And not just any car, it's a race car. day, my brother. I'm feeling it. See what I'm talking about? That right there is genius. Now, while some of you are laughing, I can see you, yes. As for me, when I see something like this, I try to imagine what could be created if someone like this man would have access to many resources that his counterparts in Europe and the US have. I mean, take a look at this video. This is where the guy is working. Yeah, right. But imagine what would have happened if he has a factory like this one. That would be really nice, right? I heard that now the man is building a plane. I'm like, yeah, man, keep it up. Unfortunately, he went back to Europe where he's based, but I hope he'll go back and finish the project in Senegal. All I'm saying is we have so many brilliant people in Africa, so many brilliant minds. It's just that most of the time they don't get the necessary support from the government and investors. And speaking of brilliant minds though, I am so excited to share a success story, one that beats the odds. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet my Zimbabwean brother. Yes, Zimbabwe, my Zimbabwe. His name is Sangulani Chikumbutso, and I am so sorry, bro, if I just butchered your name. Anyway, my Zimbabwean brother, despite that he dropped out of school at 9th grade, which is like JSS3 in Nigeria, and despite growing up with a single parent, just his mom raised him, today the guy owns his own company with products such as green power generator. Yes, man, show them, my brother, you know, do well. As well as a magnetic converter. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. He made all that. As well as an electric car. I mean, that's just genius. Electric car made in Zimbabwe. As well as a drone. The guy made a drone. But wait for it. The best of his products, I think, a hybrid engine powered helicopter. Yes, oh, yes, that's what I'm talking about. How you doing, bro? I'm telling you, when I saw the helicopter, I was like, yes, finally, a made in Africa product that people are not laughing about. So those of you that were laughing about that race car, where are you now? Let me see you laugh. Enemies of progress. And kudos to you, Daddy, my brother. You know, do well. I am so proud of him. I hope he will give me a ride very soon. You know, let's take a ride in the helicopter. I hope that he expands his company soon because we all need made in Africa products. And honestly, I'm so happy to have a good news coming from Zimbabwe. My Zimbabwe. You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I am just keeping it real. And in the Gambia, my Gambia, I heard that Mr. President, the office of the president, sent out a memo, a press release to all government offices and parastatals to warn their staff to stop bleaching their skin. Yes, you heard me correctly. You want me to repeat that? In fact, Mr. President was kind to give these women, it's women by the way, to give these women a deadline. September 12th, that's it. You need to stop bleaching by September 12th. If you don't stop bleaching, there are consequences. Supervisors who did not get their staff to stop bleaching will be fired from their jobs. Can you imagine? So I've been asking myself, what about those that have already bleached? Can you reverse bleaching? And how will they know who stopped and who did not? I'm still looking for the memo. Please forward it to me if you have it, so people don't think that I made this up. He did the same thing though in 1994, and in 2013 he threatened to fire a lot of women for bleaching their skin. Isn't that interesting? Personally, I don't think that people should bleach their skin. I believe that everybody is beautiful the way you are. I think I'm beautiful the way I am. Especially when you think about the health implications. I don't think it's worth it. But this is really interesting. First of all, that only women are being targeted. I'm like, please don't tell me that men don't bleach their skin. I've seen men that bleach their skin. It's also very interesting because this is coming from a president who is known to go after women with either big front and back or light-skinned babes, which a lot of Gambians believe is the reason that he married a woman from Morocco and not from Gambia. His wife is, very light-skinned. Anyway, why is this even a national issue? Why is this a pressing national issue when the country is preparing for elections next year? So far, the leader of the biggest opposition party, a lawyer by the name of Osano Daboy of the United Democratic Party, is not allowed to contest simply because in 1996 it was added to the Gambian constitution that anyone age 65 and above cannot take part in elections. Yeah, so that boy is 65 and he's very popular among the people, but he's not allowed to run. So members of his party are insisting though on doing whatever it would take to get him to partake in the 2016 elections. Also, another popular contestant, OJ Jallow of the People's Progressive Party, is also above 65. So despite the elections will soon be here, so far, there's really nobody popular among the people to challenge Mr. President except candidates from the PDOIS, that is People's Democratic Organization for Independence and Socialism, the NPR, and the GMC. Although I don't see why Gambians cannot look for somebody below the age of 65 that can stand against this man. Isn't that ironic though that you have a law that basically encourages young people to be leaders? Meanwhile, you have one leader that came in through a coup that has refused to go. By the way, the law didn't say that you have to be there till you are 65, because I feel like that's how he is interpreting it. Keep in mind, he came in through a coup in 1994, and it was in 1996 that the age limit was added to the constitution. I believe that Gambians in the diaspora are calling on members of the opposition to come together and form a coalition, because that may be a more likely way of removing His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Sheikh Professor Yaya AJJ Jame Babli Mansa. Thank you very much. Thank you. You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So I can't end this episode without remembering the Chibo girls. It was 500 days last Thursday, and people rallied around the world. Here in New York, we had a service at the United Nations Interfaith Church Center before marching to the front of the Nigerian consulate, where for more than an hour, people were there to remind Nigerian officials that they should do whatever they can to bring back the girls. I put up some of the videos that I shot with my cell phone on my Instagram page and some pictures. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. First of all, I was really disappointed with the number of Nigerians that I saw there. I saw a lot of people that are non-Nigerians, very few Nigerians. I was like, this is a Nigerian issue. Why? Anyway, the other thing that pained me was the fact that the whole time that we were in front of the Nigerian consulate, no Nigerian official, not even one, came out to address the crowd, at least to say the Nigerian government is doing all that it can to find the girls. Thank you for remembering them. Thank you for observing this day. Not one. And to be honest, I think that they should be the ones leading. They should be out there to welcome us and give us some assuring words from Mr. President that, oh, the Nigerian government is doing all it can to find these girls. And the organizers of the event, that's the Bring Back Our Girls New York City Coalition, they told me that they called, they emailed, they sent words of mouth that they should join this service, join the rally. Nobody showed up from the Nigerian consulate. So it was really a big disappointment. Until these girls are found, though, we will not keep quiet. I hope that the Buhari administration will make this a priority, because right now, to be honest with you, I don't feel like rescuing these girls is a priority right now. Do you know where your children are? Yeah, because in Nigeria, we don't know where our girls are, and it's been more than 500 days. So before I leave today, I'd like to read some of your emails, and the first one is from Paul, and he says, "Hi Adeola, thanks for keeping it real with our African heads of state. I'd like to take a careful look, and you will notice that it's mostly presidents of the French colonial countries that are talking about their intention of staying in power for a number of terms, God knows how many. Are we sure that their colonial masters have no hand in these decisions? Oh wow. We know that the French are very greedy and they are ready to do anything to satisfy themselves. The French must stay away from influencing current presidents into overstaying in power just to suck this country's wealth. I'm currently staying in a French African country, so I know what I'm talking about. Thanks, and thanks for keeping it real." Thank you so much, Paul. I really appreciate this. It's so true that so many French colonies are now the ones that are trying to run third term in so many years. Our next email is from Adekoyejo Ifeyale, and he says, "Hi Adeola, we all might not be Buhari, Obama, or Pastor Adeboye, but we can all affect our world positively. God bless you for the good work." Oh, thank you very much. That is very touching, and I totally agree with him. We can all make a difference wherever we are and wherever we are. The next email is from Sharafuddin Abdusalam, and he says, "Hi Adeola, kudos to you for checkmating these Carlos African leaders. I disagree with you though that lady is your biggest fan." Okay, so a few weeks ago, I showed a picture of a lady from Ohio that celebrated her birthday, and I said that she is a huge fan of Keeping It Real. So he's saying that he disagrees with that. I'm your biggest fan. My entire family member and friends can testify to this. Regards to Call It O, Dr. Damages, Tomato Juice, and Toyosi Phillips. Oh, Sharafuddin Abdusalam. Oh, thank you so much, Sharafuddin put in. I really appreciate that. Call it over. What's up? How you doing? My brother, somebody is saying hi to you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I mean, what can I say? This show has a lot of fans and I'm just privileged to be part of the show. So thank you so much. That's the last email that I would read. But before I go, I like to say that a few weeks ago, my video editor, Miss Adeola Shelby, got married to her best friend, Chris Shelby. Yes, congratulations, guys. Yes, of course, I was there. I had on my, my ashebi. That's why I'm wearing the ashebi today. So you can, yes, it's me with the head tie. Anyway, it was a wonderful weekend. Both the bride and groom had a great time. Sahara TV was represented, of course, the humble prince, Mr. Yossi Phillips, Miss Dolapo, and myself. So congratulations to the bride and groom. So happy for you guys. All right, y'all, that's all the time that I have for emails today. Please keep sending your emails to adeola.keepingitrow@gmail.com. We'll lift you high. We'll lift you high. Thank you very much. So before I sign out, this week I uploaded the song that I did, Will Lift You High, on my Facebook fan page. And a lot of people gave me some nice compliments about that. I'm like, y'all, I need to do more of this. By the way, I've uploaded this video on my YouTube page for some time now. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page. That's why I upload videos like this. Tutorial of me doing my hair. Subscribe to my YouTube page, Adeola Fayon. And also follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram. I've been posting some really cool pictures. Anyway, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.
Welcome to Forstview Luxury Hotel. At Forstview Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forstview Luxury Hotel. We are located at #1 Adeola Mishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 08075787135 or 08099900601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forceviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forstview Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.